In this video, we're going to purely focus on the build quality of the Nexus 6. So we're going to ignore any design decisions that have been made and look at whether this handset has been made to last. Now, one of the very first things you may recognise on the Nexus 6 is this little hole that appears to be in the ring of the camera. Don't worry, that's designed, it's not a defect, it is a microphone for your camera. Next is the 3.5mm headphone jack, which has a very satisfying click when you plug anything in. With a lack of a removable battery on the Nexus 6, the SIM card is accessible from the side of the phone, which means you don't have to turn it off. The pin insert is a little tricky, but once you have the SIM bay out, it's very easy to plug it back in, and it does again have that satisfying click of premium build quality. And it's a very similar story with the micro USB cable. Very satisfying click and solid noises. It all feels very solid and secure. I've already done a full video on the power button and volume rockers, but to summarise, they are tactile, responsive and work at their extreme edges, so there's no complaints there either. On the back side of a Nexus 6, you can see that there is a seam between the trim of the handset and the back plate, but it doesn't suffer from the same problems that the Galaxy Note 4 has, where you can put a credit card in between the seam and actually prise it open. Although the back plate of the Nexus 6 is comprised of a plasticky material, as you can see when I press down on it, there is no flex, so it's a very tight fit. The dual front-facing speakers are excellent, very loud and very clear. Occasionally there is some distortion when you get notifications, but I think this is more of a software issue. Of course, the huge selling point of the Nexus 6 is the huge 5.96-inch display, and it is a beautiful screen. Very comparable to Samsung Galaxy S screens, which I consider to be the best in the business. Colours are vibrant and very rich, although if you do tilt the phone to extreme angles, you may see a pink or green tint from the screen. The auto-adjust adaptive brightness isn't that clever either. In extreme situations, such as broad daylight or a pitch black room, you will find yourself having to manually adjust the brightness a little bit. But that's a minor flaw.
You see, economically, very much want to join mainstream of the world.
The touchscreen of a Nexus 6 appears to be perfect as well. I've not had any problems using any applications, including performance-intensive ones such as Google Earth. So, ignoring any other aspects of the Nexus 6 in terms of its design, its performance and its general use, the Nexus 6 has perfect build quality in my opinion. Now, I will add one caveat, which is to say that other people have had issues with the Nexus 6 with questionable build quality, especially in the screen and random reboots. I guess it's like the Nexus 9. I was unfortunate with that model, which didn't perform as it should do with various defects. But for the Nexus 6, it looks as if I've got an excellent handset. As ever, I'd love to hear your views, so leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon in another Nexus 6 Video Gadgets Journal.